Honorable CM Sir, Devendra Fadnavis ji, respected guests and members of the media. I have a lot of friends in the room. Thank you for coming. This is probably not just the first press conference of the music business in the country. It arguably is the first press conference of the year. I don't think there have been any before this. So thank you, everyone. When I joined the group almost 15 years ago, the ambition was quite simple. But the ambition was large and our mandate quite simple. To build a music-led company, brick by brick, without shortcuts, without hurry. And that's exactly what we did. Slowly, thoughtfully, one step at a time. I've been fortunate to work with multiple managers and leadership teams over the years, each of whom guided, challenged, and trusted me, making this journey quite long, but enriching and deeply encouraging. When we began, at least for me 15 years ago, we had a very strong international music business and a world-class domestic film music catalog. You'll remember Javed Saab is here, Sholay. Movies like that that defined cinematic history in our country. But what we didn't have was a meaningful domestic independent music play, almost nothing. So we started building. As the years went by, it became very clear that film music dominated the charts, but listening habits across the country in domestic, non-film music remained very fragmented. There were sporadic successes, there were viral moments, but no one was putting any sustained focus from any quarter. So the gap between film and this other side was palpable, and that's where we saw our biggest opportunity. So over 8 years ago, my boss who's here, Adam, and I set out to build a domestic music business in everything that didn't belong to film, in every language, every genre, from hip-hop to indie, rock, from Hindi, Tamil, Marathi, Malayalam, Haryanvi, whatever, it didn't matter, as long as the artist and the artistry was in the center of everything we did. So we went on, one song at a time, one artist at a time, one label at a time. And today I can tell you with great pride that what we've built is nothing short of extraordinary. We are the unquestioned market leaders in this segment, both domestically, as well as what we've achieved with our artists here and in the diaspora globally. Our track record speaks for itself. Given the depth of our artist-first orientation, we also expanded naturally into talent management, adding companies like TMV, which is India's largest music management company, to our portfolio, and giving us the most diverse artist roster this country has ever seen, from Arijit Singh to an unknown indie artist in some corner of the country. But once we achieved real chart performance, we saw what we always knew was coming. Audio and video streaming was scaling up and laying the foundation through paid subscriptions for the arrival of a very real incoming subscription economy. And to thrive there, we knew that we had to become a full-stack music company. That meant for us, after being in the film business for a long time, to rethink coming back into that business. So after 25 long years, we re-entered the film business. We partnered with companies like Z Music. We worked closely with our good friend Dinesh Vijayan and Maddox Films, both in long-term strategic partnerships. But we knew that the real leap would come from partnering at the very source: creation, storytelling, and production. And that's what we've been working on for the greater part of last year. This move doesn't just strengthen our presence in film music. It cements our place in the business of film itself. It allows us to cross-pollinate artists from every region, language, and genre into truly mass, pan-India diaspora storytelling. And truly, all of this, none of this would happen if it wasn't without some key people sitting here. The government of Maharashtra, led by our Honorable CM Devendra Fadnavis ji, Chief of Staff and Head of Investment and Strategic Advisor to the government, Kaustuv Dhavze, I want to say G, but I won't. Without these two guys, I can tell you we would not be standing here today. It's been a very long and difficult, almost 11 months getting here, and these guys have stood firm every single day, helping us, coming together, rallying for us, so that the largest deal of its kind, in its genre and size and specificity, could be under the aegis of Devendra and be counted in the FDI of Maharashtra. I'm incredibly proud of what you're about to see. So with that, I'm going to play you a small film, which I think is self-explanatory. Not that you need it. Everyone knows why you're here. And then I'll hand over to my boss and CEO of our Africa, Middle East, and Asia businesses of Universal Music Group, Adam Granite, who will take you through what comes next. Thank you, and God bless.
Universal Music Group and Excel Entertainment come together to craft compelling Indian stories and music that resonate globally, bridging cultures and borders. This landmark collaboration aligns with the Honorable Prime Minister's vision to take Indian creativity global. This is more than a partnership. This is the future of Indian entertainment.
Thank you, Devraj, for setting the tone and the context of what brings us together today. Devraj showed us the vision. Now let's hear from the man he's already mentioned, the man who turned that vision into reality across three very different, very diverse continents. As Indian entertainment continues to expand its global footprint, it becomes important to hear from those who look at it through a truly international lens. Our next guest leads Universal Music Group across Africa, the Middle East, and Asia regions, where culture is not consumed passively but lived deeply. And we operate in regions as diverse and dynamic as these. You don't lead with assumptions, you lead with attention. You listen, you learn, you understand what makes each market not just different but extraordinary. We didn't look at India and see it's a market we should enter. We saw a creative force that the world needed to reckon with. Please welcome the CEO of Universal Music Group of Africa, Middle East, and Asia, Adam Granite.
Honorable Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Shri Devendra, Fadnavis, esteemed guests, members of the media, welcome. Today is an exciting day for Universal Music Group and Excel Entertainment. India has all the elements of a vibrant music market with truly exciting potential, including a large and diverse population, a deep, rich, and vibrant cultural tradition, robust digital connectivity, and a government aligned with the domestic creative community and with the wisdom to understand that sharing these stories with the rest of the world can lead to profound growth. And I'm not just talking about business. It goes beyond that, because music and the art of storytelling connects us all globally. It builds cultural bridges, common understanding, and opens doors to countless future opportunities spanning fields ranging from diplomacy and international trade to cultural exchange. The Indian music scene is full of incredible stories, and we are extremely confident that global audiences are eager to hear them. Take Hanuman Kind, one of our rappers signed to our Def Jam label here in India. His song Big Dogs, released in 2024, became the biggest global hit ever from India in the streaming era. Why? Well, of course, it's a great track and lyrical performance, but it has also told a unique story alongside an incredibly compelling visual, something that the world had never heard or seen before. India is also unique in the global music business, given the central role that film plays here in telling stories and connecting culturally and linguistically distinct parts of this incredibly diverse country. And that is what excites us about this new partnership with Excel. Ritesh and Farhan have built a world-class studio, bringing global standards to Indian cinema. They've consistently backed original storytelling and creative freedom, and this is why our two cultures of UMG and Excel mesh so well together. Their film slate reflects confidence and belief in a clear, long-term vision. And that vision has ultimately led us to today's announcement. A partnership rooted in creative synergy and a shared goal to bring these local creations to new global audiences through a variety of formats. I couldn't be more excited to welcome them into the UMG family and see what we're able to achieve together. Clearly, streaming has led to a significant leap forward for music in terms of access and monetization. For the first time in history, creators can now instantly connect with audiences globally, and creators are compensated whenever that content is accessed anywhere in the world. What was once a one-time purchase business is now firmly rooted in subscription and recurring revenue. So, when you stand here in Mumbai amongst a population of 1.6 billion people, with a government committed to building a creative economy significant enough to be a real driver of India's overall GDP, and then consider that this market is only at the beginning of subscription, well, it's clear that taking Indian music to 2 billion people around the world, let alone 1 billion, is eminently achievable. Now, this doesn't just happen. This growth is only possible with a healthy ecosystem underpinning it. With strong protection of creator rights and their IP at the core, we can invest in companies like Excel confidently. And our work with ethical and responsible digital partners to monetize it then allows us to invest further into the growth of this creative community. This past May, I had the privilege to attend the inaugural Waves conference here in Mumbai. And Prime Minister Modi's slogan was, "Create in India, create for the world." We believe this partnership with Excel will prove to be a perfect embodiment of this goal as we at Universal Music Group work with Ritesh and Farhan to help take unique Indian stories to the rest of the globe. Finally, I can't emphasize enough how grateful we are for the constant encouragement and support we receive from the government of Maharashtra and the Information and Broadcasting Ministry of India. Throughout this process, it would not have been possible without your guidance and support. And thank you very much for helping make this a reality. And thank you all very, very much.
Thank you so much for your perspective. We heard from Devraj, we heard from Adam. Now it's time. Farhan Akhtar, Ritesh Silvani. Just a personal anecdote. Back in 2001 when they started Excel Entertainment, me and so many of my friends, we used to go to the theaters and we used to be like, wow, this is suspended belief. Because what's happening with us isn't what we're seeing on screen. And then they come up with a film, we want to just have the same hairstyle, we want to listen to the same music. Geez, we wanted to wear the same leather pants that Akshay, Ahmed and Seth were wearing. For 25 years, these two, they've been the architects of what truly has been modern Indian storytelling. They've taken us into recording studios with a rock on. They've taken us on happy boys' road trips in Dil Chahta Hai. They've taken on a cruise trip, telling us how dysfunctional Indian families can be, thanks to Dil Dhadakne Do. Whether it was the lanes of revenge-laden Mirzapur, they made us laugh with a fukre, they made us sing along with every soundtrack that they have created. But here's what I find most remarkable. Ritesh and Farhan with Excel Entertainment, they never played it safe. And they never apologized for it. When the landscape of storytelling was evolving, Excel were the first movers, creating India's first original series for a global streaming platform. And what a proud moment that was. Inside Edge, Emmy nominated. They saw where the world was going before the rest of us did. Then came Gully Boy, a film about an art form people said wouldn't work commercially. It became India's official entry to the Oscars. Clearly, they don't follow the formula, they write it. And what we're witnessing today is a strategic global collaboration in its truest form, a partnership that is built not on convenience, but shared creative ambition. This is what happens when international institutions recognize that Indian storytelling isn't just emerging, it has arrived. Today, on the 25th anniversary of a film that started it all, they're writing the next chapter. It's just so poignant. Please welcome the founders of Excel Entertainment, Ritesh Silvani and Farhan Akhtar.
Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Devendra Fadnavis ji, respected partners, friends from the media, and my family, thank you for your presence. Ritesh and I stand here today, the year that our very first leap into the deep end of the filmmaking pool, Dil Chahta Hai, turns 25. We didn't know how big a splash it was going to make, but there really was nothing else that we wanted to do and nowhere else that we wanted to be. Telling stories, hopefully some of those being such that live on beyond theatrical experience in the collective consciousness of society, in the hearts of people, is something that we have always aspired to achieve. Cinema, after all, is an emotional experience. Before all the shot breakdowns and location scouts, before structure, before scale, we are trying to capture a feeling, something that is true, that is of value to share. Music has always been central to that mission. It is the messenger that not only travels ahead, announcing of the story's arrival, and then seamlessly integrates into it, but it also lives on, quietly shaping how you remember the story and staying with you almost like a best friend, a voice to your celebrations and a shoulder to lean on in tough times. This is why the coming together of cinema and music at this moment feels significant and meaningful to us. Not as strategy, but as creative alignment, as an opportunity to honor the emotional core of storytelling while allowing it to travel further without losing its authenticity. Universal Music Group understands the power of music, not just as sound, but as feeling. Partnering with them is not about logistics and reach. It is about helping us to be better storytellers. It is about them helping us to find new pools that we can jump in together and take the first steps into. We have always believed that Indian stories do not need permission to exist globally. They do not need to be made more palatable or to be designed to fit any mold. They need to be truthful, and the people making them need to be brave. I'm grateful to Ritesh, to our core team that is present here, to the writers, the directors, to the composers, the lyricists, the most prominent of whom is here with us today, my father Javed Akhtar. I'm grateful to them all for being brave with us and for pushing us to be brave. You all made us better. And now with the added strength that we have received from Universal Music Group, we can further move the envelope by dreaming even bigger. This partnership is not about us having arrived. It is us having redefined the starting mark. Somebody famously said, draw the art you want to see. Start the business you want to run. Play the music you want to hear. Write the books you want to read. Do the work you want to see. Together we intend on doing just that. Thank you to my parents, my sister Zoya, my wife Shibani, my children Shakia and Akira for all the strength and joy that they have brought to my life. And thank you all once again for being here today. Thank you.
I have to speak in the end. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. The Honorable Chief Minister, Devendra Fadnavis ji, the partners, collaborators, friends from the media, and my family. My dad is 92 and I brought him out here today. So thank you. Today is an important milestone in our journey at Excel. It means a great, great deal to all of us here. 25 years ago, Farhan and me started with Excel with this film, Dil Chahta Hai, with a simple dream to tell honest, ambitious stories, which, just didn't entertain audience, but stayed with them, sparked meaningful conversations. What guided us then was instinct. We learned by doing, by listening, and by staying close to stories we wanted to tell. A shared sensibility and trust in each other became the foundation of everything we built. Over the years, Excel grew steadily through films, through music, people who came in and built this journey along with us. At Excel, we've always believed that when a story is deeply local, it becomes universal. And today that seems absolutely true with the Universal Group. So, and music just lives deep within our culture, in our stories. It's how we express our emotions, celebrate how we grieve, how we fall in love, and how we remember. With UMG's global footprint and deep understanding of music, we have the opportunity of taking our culture, our music, and our films to audiences around the world, and to bring global perspective back home here in India. None of this would be possible without our team at Excel, our collaborators, Javed Uncle, Zoya, who are here, our partners who have shared this journey with us and believed in through change and reinvention. And before I end, I just want to thank my father again, my wife Dolly, my kids Arav and Nirvan, in always being patient and being through this journey with us. So thank you. And now, at the end, I would like to definitely invite on stage the Honorable Chief Minister to come in and say a few words. Devraj, please come up. Thank you.
Good morning, Devraj and Adam from UMG, Ritesh and Farhan from Excel, distinguished leaders from the UMG and Excel Entertainment, creators, artists, industry leaders, members of the media, and special mention Javed Akhtar ji. Ladies and gentlemen, what we witnessed a few moments ago as an announcement is actually a statement of confidence. Confidence in India, confidence in Maharashtra, and very specifically in Mumbai, a city whose roads are not just paved by gold dust, but also by the star dust. Despite a very demanding public schedule today, I felt it was important to be present here because movements like these define the future direction of an economy. They tell us where the world is placing its bets. And today, the bet is clearly on Mumbai. The partnership between Universal Music Group and Excel Entertainment is significant because of the iconic names involved and what it represents. A global leader in music and intellectual property choosing to deepen its engagement in India through a creator-led homegrown studio based in Mumbai sends a very powerful signal that India's creative economy has come of age, that our talent is global ready, and that Mumbai is no longer just participating in the global media ecosystem, it is shaping it. This is not one-off deal. It is part of a much larger story unfolding before us. Mumbai has always been India's creative heartbeat. The city has the highest concentration of creative talent in the country, the deepest pool of risk capital for content, world-class studios, production houses, and post-production capabilities, a culture that embraces reinvention from films to music, from television to OTT, from creators to gaming. Most importantly, Mumbai understands one thing better than most of the cities in the world: creativity is an industry. And in the words of Martin Scorsese, the most personal is the most creative. Today, this win is very personal for me and for the vibrant city of Mumbai. An industry that generates jobs, exports culture, builds global influence, and creates intellectual property that travels across borders. What is changing today is scale and ambition. The global media and entertainment industry is undergoing a fundamental shift. Content is becoming borderless. Platforms are global. Audiences are everywhere. And intellectual property is the most valuable asset of the future. Global companies today look for 5 things when choosing where to invest: talent, policy stability, respect for IP, speed of execution, and a complete ecosystem. Mumbai and Maharashtra offers all the 5. That is why we are seeing sustained global interest across music, films, OTT, gaming, AVGC, and the creators economy. Let me be very clear, the role of government in this sector is to enable creativity. Our focus is on predictable and progressive policies, world-class infrastructure, ease of doing business, skill development for the next generation of creators, and strong institutional support for intellectual property. When global companies partner with Indian creators and when that collaboration is anchored in Mumbai, it creates a virtuous cycle. Talent attracts capital, capital attracts platforms, platforms attract the world. Today's announcement sends a clear message to the global media and entertainment industry. If you want to understand the future of content, if you want to partner with the next generation of storytellers, if you want to build intellectual property that resonates across cultures, Mumbai is where you belong. This city does not just produce content, it produces culture, and culture, as we all know, is the most powerful soft power a nation can have. Inspired by the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, who gave us a mission by putting together the Waves Summit last year, where the seeds of this transaction were sown. Today is the first big global deal of this sector, and I am delighted that Mumbai has been chosen for the same. I congratulate Universal Music Group and Excel Entertainment on this landmark partnership. I also congratulate the entire creative community of Mumbai because this movement belongs to you. Mumbai has always told India stories. Now it is ready to help tell the world stories. Before I end, the film and music buff in me has carved out a line from Dil Chahta Hai to Gully Boy, from iconic stories to iconic sound. Mumbai is where India's emotion find a global voice. To India, to Maharashtra, to Mumbai, we have arrived. Apna time aa gaya hai. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
Thank you so